It All Starts With You is a show where we're going on a journey of self-discovery and exploration. This platform is a place for women who are transitioning and transforming. Hi, I'm Eileen Lemmelman, licensed clinical social worker and psychotherapist. We are embarking on a trip together where I will be interviewing experts and extraordinary women such as you and me. Let's start the show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, my ladies, my dolls, my friends. This is It All Starts With You, and I'm Eileen Lemmelman, your host, and I am so happy to be here today. You know, yesterday I went to the doctor for a physical. I was so excited. My BMI went down drastically. Oh my goodness. And you know, it's not necessarily about the number on a scale, but I did lose some weight. I've been taking really good care of myself. I've been walking. I've been drinking my water. I've been taking all of my supplements that I think are good for me. And the proof was in the pudding. My BMI went down, and I was so excited because, you know, I want to live a long, long life. And, you know, in order to do that, you have to take really good care of yourself. That's the affirmation today is, what is it? Taking care of myself feels good. You know, when you set aside time for yourself and carve out a little piece of the day just for you to take care of yourself, it feels good. And today we're going to be talking with Dr. Lindsay Fearman. She's a chiropractor, and she's going to really give us some tips and tools and really get us tuned into our bodies, what we need to do in order to feel good. I mean, listen, as we approach menopause, as we approach middle age, different things come up for us. I know for me, different things came up for me. I mean, I'm sort of beyond, you know, the hot flash syndrome, but there are other things that happen to us that, you know, didn't happen to us in our 20s. And so how do we deal with that? And how does alternative kinds of methods, alternative kinds of treatments such as chiropractics, going to help us really stay healthy, really stay aligned with our body, and make us feel really good? So we're going to take a little commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk with Dr. Lindsay Fearman, and we're going to learn all about how to take care of our body. Stay tuned.
Integrated Chiropractic Wellness Center is a leading Boca Raton chiropractic office professionally committed to enhancing human health and fitness, increasing performance, and rehabilitating injuries through management, education, and service. At Integrated Chiropractic, Dr. Fearman enjoys treating families, children, pregnant women, athletes, and patients of all ages, ranging from infants to the elderly. And to schedule an appointment, contact Dr. Lindsay Fearman Snyder at www.integratedchiropracticofboca.com or 561-826-3808.
Jacqueline Beck is a certified executive coach with 14 years of experience working on Wall Street and commercial real estate. Her professional experience spans investment and fund management roles domestically and abroad. She is passionate about the power of self-awareness and communication to promote career satisfaction and success. Jacqueline Beck Consulting works with high-achieving executives, rising leaders, teams, and businesses to lead with emotional intelligence and get the best out of themselves and their team. Reach your highest potential by clarifying goals, avoiding burnout and improving communication. Call Jacqueline today, 301-461-3543, or visit her website at jacquelinebeckconsulting.com.
Let's continue the journey. Now back to the show. So here we are with Dr. Lindsay Fearman Snyder. Is that new, the dash Snyder?
So it's unofficial, but we've been married a little over a year. So
Oh,
yeah. But professionally, I just go by
congratulations.
Fearman.
Yeah.
Insurance and everything makes it fun.
I remember when I was starting out as a social worker in schools. That's how I started, as a school social worker. So my maiden name was Siegel, and then I got married and it became Lemelman. So the kids couldn't figure it out, so they ended up just calling me Siegelman.
There you go. Just combine it.
Miss Siegelman.
I keep it Fearman for now, not to be too confusing, but
Yeah.
I keep hyphen too.
So you are a chiropractor.
Yes.
You're a practicing chiropractor in this area, which is the Boca Raton, South Florida area.
Correct.
And so tell us, for people that don't know what chiropractic is, tell them, because, I know some people have this idea and this kind of mindset and this kind of impression. In the old days, they used to call it, some not nice things.
Right.
So, but I think people are more open now to more alternative kinds of treatments. What is chiropractic?
Definitely. Well, I'll just piggyback off that real quick. A lot of times people love a chiropractor, have strong feelings against the chiropractor, or are totally indifferent. So in short, what a chiropractor is we work with the musculoskeletal system, so muscles, bones, joints, to check how your alignment is. So is your body compensating? We want to make sure your biomechanics are functioning properly. And we do assessments to see what's going on. We don't only work with the spine, which a lot of people think. We actually work with wrists, elbows, knees, feet. So we do a full assessment to see what exactly is going on in the body to get to the root of the problem, not to just heal the symptoms. We want to actually help heal the body so that whatever's going on goes away, stays away, and to help patients just function better and live their life better as well.
I love that, definition and explanation. It's not, I actually thought it was really just about aligning the spine. I didn't realize that you deal with other parts of the body as well.
Yes, so I see patients, especially down in South Florida, you get tennis elbow, golfer's elbow, are just some things that we see a lot as well, some knee injuries, so.
How about, a big thing for elderly people is balance.
Yes.
So how about balance? Do you deal with that?
I deal with it a little bit. Usually I'll co-manage with a physical therapist that'll do that balance or vestibular rehab. But when it comes to balance too, a lot of times people will compensate. They have their strong side, so they'll favor that. So in their daily life, even when they're sitting, they might be leaning to one side, always using that side. So it's important too to make sure you're getting adjusted, getting evaluated by a chiropractor to see if there's anything else going on in the body that may be contributing to that balance issue.
So I started the show by saying that my BMI went down. I was so happy.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I was so excited. But I think that a lot of my audience who is in that age, that middle age, that menopausal age, when hormonal changes really do a number on us, right? Wreak havoc on us. So how would you help someone coming in with hormonal imbalances or some sort of menopausal kinds of issues?
So first of all, we'll talk about what's going on. So with that menopausal, may notice increased stress, not sleeping as well, maybe feeling more lethargic and not feeling up to exercising or being as active. Again, not everybody, but this is things that go on. And then in that postmenopausal state, your primary doctor will likely be checking to make sure that you're not at risk for osteoporosis or osteopenia. That decreased bone density is a big thing. So making sure talking to the patient, are you exercising? Let's take some x-rays, see what's going on in that. Also, too, if there's increased stress in life, in the body, just from all these changes going on, that may manifest, too, as that tension or stress. So, you know, your spouse might come home and they're like, why are your traps or your arms up to your ears in stress? So seeing a chiropractor, too, we can see what's going on. Okay, this muscle tension, is this a result potentially of these changes going on in the body? By doing any sort of adjustment or manipulation, we're trying to stimulate the nervous system as well, so that all the spinal nerves are firing properly. That's also going to help when those nerves go to different muscles to calm down those muscles as well. And then there's different modalities that can be used in conjunction with chiropractic to help the muscles feel better, loosen them up. So that's a big thing, is when that it manifests as stress and then that tension in the body. Seeing a chiropractor can just help the body heal itself.
Sounds like it's almost like a medicinal massage, right? That really
Some
help,
patients
yes.
really feel like that too, and sometimes with the adjustments, and I know I mentioned you want to be careful of any sort of decrease in bone density, there's different techniques in chiropractic that are safe. So of course, too, we take an x-ray, see what's going on, but there are techniques where there's no clicking, popping, that are safe to do even in those situations. But a lot of times, too, when we're adjusting, it feels nice. Like, you're just like, oh, this kind of feels like a mini massage, which
Yes.
isn't a bad thing. So.
I know. So is every treatment about alignment, you know, manipulating the spine?
So that's the biggest thing. So that's the foundation of chiropractic, is that adjustment. But depending on what's going on too, with some patients, I might do more muscle work. So some soft tissue work to make sure blood is flowing properly to the muscles, to make sure that, you know, you're not going home in that pain. The adjustment is the foundation. But then with certain patients, I'll recommend too, different supplements, and it's important during that phase of life too to make sure with your primary care physician, like you did, to make sure you're getting the blood work to see is there any deficiencies going on as well that may be contributing.
Yes, yes, yes. We have to really, it has to be a collaborative effort. You have to get a team around you.
Absolutely.
And you're part of the team.
Yes, and feeling comfortable with your team is the most important thing to success.
So if somebody were to come to you do you also you mentioned supplements?
Yes.
So what kind of supplements do you recommend, and do you sell them in your, you know, practice?
So we sell a few. We don't go too crazy with the supplements, but we have some basic like vitamin D, vitamin C, zinc, which is also just very important because a lot of us, even in South Florida, will find that we're deficient in vitamin D. So that's a biggie.
Especially women, right?
Oh, yes.
I mean, I guess everybody,
but women too, and you'd be surprised because you think you walk outside, it's 100 degrees, we should be good, but then you get the blood work back and it's surprising.
So is that a result of the hormonal changes?
It can be. Mm-hmm. It can be too. Hormonal changes is a biggie, like during that phase of the life, to get checked for that. And then obviously there's other things that come into effect too, like diet, genetics. So
yeah. Do you recommend nutritional kinds of, you know, suggestions, or do you have a diet, or do you have a nutritionist?
So I have nutritionists, not on staff, but that I'll refer to as needed. I also have an acupuncturist that does a lot with herbs that I'll co-manage with as well. We have other supplements like CBD, which is a whole nother conversation as well. But especially, like, first and foremost, at least making sure the patient's taking a multivitamin, because it's just insurance. So if your regular diet, which you want to have a lot of leafy greens, vegetables, making sure you have a lot of protein to keep your body full, satisfied, and make sure you're getting all those.
By the way, that's what helped my BMI to lower, increasing the green leafy, you know, kind of product.
It keeps you full, and it's getting those vitamins, nutrients, the micronutrients. So there's a lot of little things in making sure your body's digesting it.
Exactly, you know. So I don't want to leave out the younger woman, because I know that's also a big part of your practice and what you've really been trained for. So how do you help, you know, a pregnant woman, or even someone who's trying to get pregnant, or, you know, during the pregnancy and then postpartum? How do you help them?
Okay. So that's something, I have an extra certification called the Webster certification. It's a class I took a test, so I'm certified in it. You don't have to be certified in it to do it, but it's obviously better to have the advanced training. So if somebody's pregnant and they come in, when you're hurting and you're pregnant, you don't have a lot of options. You can't just take medication, you can't sleep normally, you can't sit normally. So the biggest thing I do is I'll use the technique which evaluates the pelvis, which is the hip bones, and then the sacrum, which is the triangle bone right in between the hips. And I want to see, is the body compensating? And then with that, I'll check certain muscles and ligaments that are changing throughout pregnancy, because a lot of new relaxants getting released, hormones, everything's getting more stretchy, preparing for birth. And as the belly gets bigger too, if you think even just like an increased load, that's a new strain, stress on the body. So those hips are compensating. So with the technique, it's very safe for pregnant women. And my tables in the office, you can actually lay face down, belly totally drops away.
Oh.
And then I have pregnancy
they should have
pillows
beds like
as well.
that.
I know. Every patient's like, can I take this home? And then I have pillows as well that have a nice drop away for the stomach. And it's something, if you're keeping your body just biomechanically as aligned as you can, studies do show it can help with an easier birth. It does help patients with that aches and pains as their body's changing. It does help give them relief. And then when it comes to that preconception, I have had patients come in and be like, after getting adjusted, I got pregnant. So it's the same thing, trying to assess that pelvis, sacrum, see if there's any misalignment where maybe the nerves aren't firing properly. Again, that's not everybody. Sometimes there's more underlying issues, but it's just something you can do, especially a conservative type, more holistic treatment to try to see if that helps with conception, and it won't hurt.
Yeah, no. And as you're talking, I'm thinking about all the guests that I've had on my show. Like, everybody really works together. Like, I have a doula who could really, be part of the team, and that pelvic floor therapist. I mean, all of those people. Really, we got to get you all together on the show.
Definitely, and it's just best outcome.
Yes, I think this would be an awesome show to have.
I'd love that.
Why don't we do that? Let's plan that, because, and not only is that really important for the pregnant woman, but, we're talking about just basic health.
Exactly. And there's even patients who aren't pregnant that I'll use some of the techniques that I learned from my certification on them, because it's a very light, gentle, safe technique, and sometimes that's all you need.
Yes. You're talking about sleep also, and just to bounce back to the senior population for a minute, what is the best way to sleep? Because I always am a side sleeper, but I noticed that it does hurt my neck. So what do you recommend, and do you sell like certain pillows that will help people?
So, big thing with sleep, if you ask like 10 different docs, you'll probably get 10 different answers. But especially if you're having any aches and pains, sleeping on your side with some sort of pillow, or I even say roll up a towel, put that in between your knees. It's gonna help take some of the pressure off your spine. If you're noticing in the middle of the night too, you're coming up and arms up, neck is kind of feels in that crinked position, it might be time to invest in more of an orthopedic type pillow that's gonna keep your neck in a more neutral position. So in my office, we do have pillows that I'll sell and recommend to patients as well. So, but I'm a big, if you're sleep, and again, there's differing opinions. If you're sleeping, you're not having pain, and you're sleeping through the night, like, that's great.
Yeah,
don't mess it. Don't mess it. But if
if
you're having issues stemming from sleep, that's a whole nother ballgame.
Yeah. I have so many, I have this one little problem. I have sort of like this vertigo issue. So I can't lie perfectly flat.
Okay,
so I have
you can't
to
extend your head.
Yeah, I have to be like, kind of elevated. I've been like that for years.
Oh, wow.
And, it's not I've learned, I've trained myself to be a back sleeper and a side sleeper.
Like in that circumstance, it's important.
I know. So anyway, we are really learning so much. Before we wrap up and before we end, I'm sure people are wondering, I know I am, what brought you to become a chiropractor? I mean, why would you be a chiropractor as opposed to any other kind of medical practitioner?
Give you my short and sweet. So my whole life I knew I wanted to be in the medical field. I loved helping people. When I was in undergrad, I started as a biology major, learned I didn't want to learn about plants all day. Yes, there's classes you have to take, but my heart wasn't in botany. So I switched to exercise science because I wanted to learn more about the body. And with that, I was really always interested in health, wellness. I grew up playing sports, doing competitive cheerleading. So I wanted to find a career that was more about that overall whole body wellness. And I ended up in chiropractic because I was shadowing different doctors, different medical fields, and I loved how people come in for like acute new injuries, but then they'll stay on as patients because they see the benefit of chiropractic care. They notice, oh, I can recover better from my workouts, even if I come in once or twice a month. Like I noticed that like I'm running faster. So I notice I'm sleeping better. So you can actually see the patient, not just when they're in pain, but to help them just overcome and improve whatever their goals are.
Well, you really have just unbelievably educated us. We learned about you. We learned about chiropractics. We learned about how to age and feel good in our body. And I can't thank you enough. I hope you'll come back.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me back. This was wonderful.
It was so great. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to wrap up the show and wish you all a good weekend. But come back. We'll be right back.
Kathy Mila is a dream resuscitator. Kathy breathes life into women leaders by showing them how to resuscitate their dreams, regain their sense of purpose, be more fulfilled in their career, and find balance in life. As a keynote speaker, author, coach, and mentor, Kathy brings a level of expertise to empower women to know their true value and believe in their own possibilities. Through intuitive, heart-centered listening, Kathy uncovers the magic just below the surface to breathe life into your dreams. Contact Kathy at kathymila.com or call 954-249-4379.
Patty Shotwell, the insurance lady, is a retirement planner and an independent broker. Assisting people of all ages with health insurance and life insurance, Patty is a retirement specialist helping the senior population with Medicare, long-term care, legacy, family security, and nest egg protection. From health and medical, income and savings, final expenses and estate planning, extended care, and long-term care, Patty focuses on educating clients and on making sure that questions are answered and problems are solved. For more information, contact Patty at 954-540-7850.
Let's continue the journey. Now back to the show. Okay, so we're back with Dr. Lindsay Fearman, and didn't want to end without getting some of your contact information out, because I know people are going to want to know where to contact you. I mean, even if they're not local, could they contact you with any kind of questions or concerns they might have?
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, I might have a peer or a friend that is practicing around that area, so I'm happy to.
That's right, because when you went to chiropractic school, I'm sure they were from all over the country.
All over the country.
And so I'm sure you have colleagues in every part of the country.
Pretty much, yes.
Yeah,
definitely.
so that's a great, referral source
Yeah,
here.
absolutely.
Yeah. So where can people get a hold of you?
Okay, so the practice that I'm at here in Boca Raton is called Integrated Chiropractic. So we have a website, we have a phone number. It is 561-826-3808. If you want to reach out to me personally, my email address is right below my name. That's my personal email. So any questions, whether you're local or not, I am on Instagram. It's just the same as my email, just Dr. Lindsay Fearman. And I have a Facebook page as well if you just search my name. I am there. So I'm happy. Message me. You can call, email. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Beautiful. So that person out there who's saying, I'm scared, I kind of want to come, I have this pain or I have this concern, but I'm a little scared. Could you talk to them and comfort them and kind of say, you know, hold your hand out to them?
Absolutely. There's a variety of different techniques out there. Some of us, even I see things on the internet and I'm like, okay, that's intimidating, and I'm a chiropractor. So there are just so many techniques. There's a lot of different chiropractors. So I'm sure there's someone out there that can help you, and I'm happy to assist or answer questions on that too.
Does insurance cover chiropractics?
Most insurances do.
Oh, so that's really good.
Yes,
I
so
think
that's
people like to know that.
Yes, so most insurances do cover chiropractic. If you're calling to schedule with me, we can let you know over the phone, check into your benefits. We do cash plans as well. So there are definitely options for both.
So there's no reason why you have to be in pain. And there's no reason why you can't feel good in your body, because we're offering something. I mean, Dr. Lindsay is really willing to work with you on so many different levels, not only physically, but it helps emotionally.
Definitely.
And financially, she's willing to work with you. So it's a win-win situation. You know, I really encourage people to reach out to Dr. Lindsay, because there's, like I said, there's no reason to be in pain. There's no reason to have to feel like you have to endure anything. You can really help yourself by reaching out and getting the help you need with Dr. Lindsay.
Definitely.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So as you can see, there are so many ways to take care of yourself, to feel good in your body. Dr. Lindsay Fearman can help you with your bones, with your skeletal system, with your spine, so that you can feel really solid in your core. You can feel really solid in your body. It's going to help your emotions. It's going to help your sleep. It's going to help you just be more vital and vibrant in your life. Don't you want that? I think you do. So you need to call Dr. Lindsay Fearman and really get the help that you need. Get a community around you. Get a team around you. You know how this is the community. This is your community. This is your place where you can come and get informed, where you can get educated, where you can get inspired, where you can really feel comfortable and safe with me. And if you can't reach out to any of my guests, you can always reach out to me, EileenLemelman.com, or my email, eileen.lemelman@gmail. Just really get a community, because that isolation, that loneliness, that feeling that you have to go alone is overwhelming, and it's not healthy. So use me, use my guests as a way to make a team for yourself. And so I wish you a really great weekend. I know in Florida it's supposed to rain this weekend, so maybe go to the movies, maybe go to a museum. You know, there's really great museums in Florida, and I recommend you go to the Norton Museum. Try that out. Anyway, I hope that you have a great weekend. I want to see you next week, when we're going to have some really fabulous guests again. And remember, ladies, take care of yourself, feel good in your body, because it all starts with you. You have been watching It All Starts With You. New and exciting opportunities are ahead of you. You are creating your own destiny. Until we meet again, my friends, it all starts with you.